What is up, boyos? It is Water Buffalo Man here, back for more Ark Survival Ascended. Alright, so last episode we tried to tame a Solucus, couldn't find one. I was actually actively flying out this direction because I was planning on doing something else for today's video, which I have yet to find, but I know it's out here and I know I'm going to run into it at some point. I found a Solucus, and it looks like it's actually in a really, really good spot. It's at like 6610, so it's somewhere out this direction. It's right there in front of us, actually, right next to that worm, because there's a lot of salt rocks here. So I'm going to attempt to tame this. We'll see what we can do. I don't know if we'll be able to tame it, but we're going to try it. Like, I'm not against trying it, because we'll definitely attempt it, and then we'll go from there. Because if we can end up taming this guy, I do have a 190 saddle on me for Solucus, because that's what it is. It's a 190. It is a 190.5, actually. So let's hop off this guy. Only thing we got to worry about is a Deathworm and those mantises. But other than that, we should be a-okay. Those snakes, as long as they don't lock onto me, we're good too. But let's blast this guy right there. Hop on its back, and let's ram it into rocks. Apparently the salt rocks are the way to go. Like slamming its face. Yes, it is. As you can see, we're already getting tons of points by slamming its face into the salt rocks. Smacking it into absolutely everything. There's a few of them here that we should be able to get away with smacking its face into and getting quite a bit of torpidity off of it. I'm hoping we could tame this thing. I would really like to, honestly. I'd really think that'd be fantastic if we could get away with taming one of these, especially with this one being like, I think, a 145, if I remember right. I'm not sure if there's like a speed thing, like if you have a picked up speed when you smash into trees or anything, if it helps it. That doesn't help. Trees don't, so it's definitely only rocks. So I don't know. Let's smack it into there again, smack it into that one. There's another rock right there we can hit it into. Alright, smacked its face off that one. We went up by a little bit of torpor. Let's see if we can go this way and find a rock or something to smack into, because its torpor is going to go down. See, but that's the only thing that I hate about this taming process, is there's like absolutely nothing around, really. We got a rock right there. We'll definitely be able to hit this rock. Get a ton of torpor from that one. Okay, not a ton, a good amount. But only thing that sucks is trying to find things, especially when... Ooh, that smacked right into it, but it didn't do anything. That did. Okay. It tries to... Yep, do that. That is the only thing I hate about the Solucus. So yeah, we're not going to waste any more time on these. I'm not about to try to tame something that... Yeah, no. Yeah, we're good with that. We're good without a Solucus. It's just a pain. I'm not feeling that. The taming process on those... Sorry. The taming process on those just annoys me. So we're going to skip taming those. It's a great taming process. Like, it's not hard. It's just, it doesn't work. When there's no stones, no rocks, no anything around, it doesn't work the way it's intended, which really, really sucks. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna attempt to find a Deathworm or two and try to fight a couple of them. We do have a couple of Rexes on us. A pretty decent little amount. I think we got 6 or 7 on us. These are the Rexes that we've gotten from just breeding what we have. We have our main one, and then we have 3 with really good saddles. I think like 60 armors almost. So as long as if we can find a couple of Deathworms just to do some work on, we'll be fine. Maybe even a normal alpha Deathworm, not the overworld boss one. But if we could just find a couple of those, that would be ideal. Just to get some extra levels in them and maybe get some unlocks. Like as in the, like right here, here's some good rocks for us to smack into with the Solucus, but there's not enough. Like maybe just the trophies, and because we do have to do the Wyvern Trench here to get 20 of each of the type of Talon for the boss battle. So that's going to be interesting. But we are looking to try to get as many of the things that we can. So because I do want to try to get a Dreadmare at some point. I do want to try to get a Dreadmare. That'd be interesting. I do want to try to get a Phoenix as well. That would be fun. But we got to see. I don't want to walk around out here with the Rex if I don't have to, because that would take almost forever to get around. And the thing that sucks is you can't track Deathworms with this thing. I don't know how to tame a Deathworm, because we do have Deathworm taming on. I have fought one Deathworm out here unintentionally. I was, I believe, on the other side by the Oasis or down on the bottom right, just exploring, like along the shoreline to get mantis, or the shoreline? The dune line, I guess, to get mantises, and we got absolutely destroyed. We won the fight with our Thyla because of the bleed, but we got ransacked by a couple of Deathworms, and it kind of was not fun. But we ended up getting through it. There wasn't a overworld boss at that time, or we would have probably been screwed. We have ran into a couple different overworld Deathworms by just flying around like this, but it always happens when I'm off screen, when I'm just floating through the desert, like looking for Oasisaurs, or in this last case, looking for Solucus. But I don't remember where it spawned. There is also an Alpha Titanosaur in the middle of the map too. Ooh, red drop. This is the same drop that we hit actually earlier today. So let's grab this, see what we have. I thought I just heard the ground rumble for a second. What do we got in here? 2 bows. Nothing special. Let's actually put you away. Get out our Rexes. Can I climb on the back of you, please? This is what the Rex looks like. 545 is what this one hits. Without mate boosted, we do have a decent male right here with a saddle. And this female here with a saddle. So we are running a trio of Rexes, technically. The stats are pretty decent. They're not terrible. We are actually going to take the time while we're out here to try to kill some things. Did that drop come back? It did not. I was hoping the drop would have came back again like it did last time. But let's take some time to explore a little bit, because we're more than likely not going to try to tame Solucus again. 725. I can dig 725. That's pretty good. I leveled these guys up as well. I don't believe they're at full health because of the fact that I just leveled them up. That's an Alpha Mantis right there. Or Scorpion. Yes, it is. So we're going to try to fight this to get some experience from that, because this is going to be a damn good amount of experience. Especially for these two. 423, not terrible. I'm okay with those damage numbers. I may put these guys on aggressive once we get closer to... Okay, they took it out. Perfect. Once we get closer to something that's kind of dangerous, I may throw them on aggressive and then throw out the other Rexes. The other Rexes are pretty much going to be trash. Yeah, these guys are only at 10k out of their 20k health, because I wanted to get them at least 20,000 health before we took on bosses. But Deathworms spawn, if I do recall, top left, bottom right are the 2 heavy spots for them. But they spawn generally everywhere. And they're pretty dangerous, to be honest. Like, they can be. This guy has a 67 armor saddle on it, this lady, should I say. So 67 armor should be more than enough to tank some hits. And Jace has a 140% BP, I think, for a Rex saddle as well. So that should be a-okay for us there. But having these couple with these lower saddles, and then the ones that he has, I think our Rexes will be just fine for the boss battle. Because we are going to be taking the Manticore on with probably this, not this army specifically, because they don't have a good health stat yet. I would like to try to get a 40, but I cannot. Everything I've tamed is not hit above a 40. So the highest was that 35 we had, or 36 we had. But that's about it. The 47's been great. The high melee's been fantastic, but everything else hasn't been so much. So we're still looking for that, and it hasn't been great, but it is what it is. We'll keep exploring and see what we can find. But if you're looking for polymer, are you attacking my guys? You're not. Okay. I was about to say, is that guy about to attack 3 T-Rexes in the middle of the desert? But if you're looking for like polymer, best place to go is out here. And I kind of wanted to show off a Deathworm fight just to show off how to get black pearls as well, because there's no other way to get black pearls on this map other than red drops or Deathworms. But I'm legitimately not seeing any. And I hate that I can't even track a Deathworm. I feel like I should be able to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I get it. There's supposed to be surprises. They're not supposed to be able to be tracked, but you would think you'd be able to see them anyway. I don't know. Let's see. Let me hop off you really quick. How many levels? Did you get any levels? You did not. You did. I'll take that venom. Those two are kind of trash. You don't have 20k health. Now you do. Now the rest of your stats. Yeah, see, both of these guys have 47 points into melee, which at base is 481%, which is really good, actually. For what we have, 481% is not bad. I can dig that. And this is a really good way to get chitin as well. If you are out here and just want to like try to grind up some chitin, this is a really good way to get it. It's just by fighting everything out here in the desert. But give me a minute. I'll probably bring you guys back when we find a Deathworm, so it's not just you guys watching me fumble my way through the desert for like 16 minutes at a time, because that'll probably get boring really quick. So give me a minute, and I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, we've done quite a bit of exploring. We're up towards the top right-ish corner now. Let's see if we can find any. I did some more research while I was out and about walking. And apparently this region is heavy to be known for Deathworms because of the open, like, sandiness up here. So maybe we'll find something, maybe we won't. If we run into the world boss, that's why we brought all the extra Rexes. I don't believe we'll run into the world boss. I saw one the one time, but I haven't really seen it since. The world boss does, I will say, have 400,000 health, so it's going to be a challenge. Like, there's no way around that. But I don't know if we're actually going to ever run into one. But Jason and I were talking the other night. I have a strat that him and I want to try, right? I have a strategy to try to get us propagators quickly, to try to get us leveled up so we can start getting mutations faster, right? So my idea was, since we don't want to just grind the Manticore fight a bunch of times, and I mean, granted, if we could beat the Manticore in Alpha, we don't even have to stay on this map anymore. We're completely gone. But my strat was, if we could get element from fighting the world bosses, we could get propagators quick, which... What's going on? Oh, there's a Deathworm. Hello. Did it just yeet my guys under the map? It did. It did some weird sand attack. Whoa, there's two Deathworms. Okay. That's not... Okay, there's one down. That was only level 25. There's the next one down. That was level 20. Okay. That's interesting. But that's how you get black pearls. Alright. Dude, what? They just, like, came out of nowhere. And, like, just completely ripped these two under the sand. But, the idea him and I had were, let's fight some of the world bosses and try to get as much element from them as we can, because him and I can get the metal, the electronics. That's not hard. We know how to get good silica pearls on this map with that one spot. We know how to get really good metal, because both of us can just farm a ton of it. So the thing right now that we're lacking is element, right? And the only way to really get element on this map is to beat the world boss or completely beat the overall map. But if we beat the overall map, we're not going to stay here. So that's kind of the thing. He just flung his poop at us, so let's kind of wait for this guy to get done flinging his shit, and let's kill this thing once for all. Alright, down it goes. But, the plan is, if we could run into some world bosses. Also, by the way, armor reducing acid drops our armor by 15%, not our armor's health, but the overall average. So if it has like 100% armor, you're down to like 15% less of that, so you're down to like 85. But something along the lines of that. But if we could fight a bunch of world bosses, that would be ideally our situation. Because I don't know what kind of element you get from the world bosses. I'm sorry if the audio cuts out right here for a second. I'm checking something on the Arkology Discord. Because the Arkology Discord here states that right here, where is it? Deathworm gives large amounts of horns and just element. And the golem gives various scorched gear. So we have to find a golem. I may actually attempt to find a golem just to see how much damage they can do and try to find one of them. So actually, give me a second. Since we fought those two Deathworms and I showed you guys where to get black pearls from, give me a second. I'll be right back. We're going to take these Deathworm horns because these things are really good ways to tame mantises. So we're going to take those horns. Did you get the horn? Oh, we got a chibi ammonite. Who got the black pearls then? Did my guy only get the black pearls? Apparently he did. Okay, so I'll bring you guys back when we find a golem, because I should be able to track a golem on this, right? Rock. I can. Okay, I can track rock elementals. So I will track them, and I'll bring you guys back when we do officially find one, if we find one. So give me a second, guys. All right, guys. So we have found an alpha Deathworm. I didn't even go look for a golem, because this is just a little bit up north of where the Desolatitan was. But it's not alone. There are 3 different Deathworms with it. So we're going to go gangbusters here. Completely all out with our pack of Rexes. I don't think we're going to win this. Like, the size of one of these things is immense. We need to... Here we go. This is a normal Deathworm. We got to try to break these down. Because the Arkology Deathworms, I didn't realize this, but they can grab you and pull you under the ground. Alright, so we took that one out. It's just up this hill. I was flying over it with the Tapehara, and I heard the music, saw the red aura, and I ran. There's the music. I don't think we're surviving this. I don't know where the aura is, though. There's the 2 Deathworms that it spawns. There's the aura. There's the alpha Deathworm. Holy shit, that's a lot of damage. That is a ton of damage. This dude has 400k health, by the way. If we could take out the little ones, we'd be fine. Nope, we're getting smoked. We're getting absolutely smoked by this guy. There's how many Deathworms here? 3? Yeah, there's 3 total Deathworms. Can we take out these little guys? I don't believe we can even do anything to these guys. Nah, he's hitting way too hard, man. This is a mistake. We killed one. Yes, we took one out. There's our ones with the saddles. This one's focused on me, which is good. Alright, there's the second one down. We might actually be able to do this if we could focus on just this big guy here. 400k health. Just keep chomping away at it. 400k health, just keep chomping away. This might take a minute. Okay, there goes one down. I'll grab that saddle in a minute. But it's struggling to eat the body. This guy's hitting pretty hard. 396 damage. Okay, we're not going to be able to take this out. We're probably going to need our pseudos to take this. I'd like to get that saddle back. I definitely would like to get that saddle back. If I could bait all the aggro onto me, yeah, there's no way. I don't think we could do this. Okay, he's only hitting 255 on me. Maybe we could bait it for a bit. And let our guy over there just keep chomping away. If we could get into a position where it couldn't hit me. I think we're actually in kind of a position now where it keeps missing every couple of shots. So if you stay off to its back right... Okay, you stay to its back right, it looks like it can't hit you. Yeah, I think if you can stay to its back right, it can't hit you. That might be the strat. Get directly behind it so it can't hit you. Okay, so there goes the other Rex. We're inside it? Oh yeah, it's definitely hitting me. Maybe? Maybe I can get behind it? I don't think we can do this. We may have to go get our pseudos. I don't want to get the pseudos because I want to try to do this with creatures on this map. Because this guy's going to be intense. Yeah, he's hitting us hard. Yeah, we're about to fail this. This guy hits. I mean, this guy hits hard. We took him down 120k. So we definitely could do this if we did wave rushing, probably. Wave rushing against this guy is definitely an option. I mean, unless if we can get into a spot where we can't get hit, wave rushing is going to be the way we have to do this, which I believe we might be in a pretty decent position right now. Let me see if I can pump some more into melee just to get some extra damage across. Oh, there it goes. It found a spot to hit me again. Yeah, as long as I can keep... If I'm inside it, so it can't hit me right now. Weirdly enough. So if we could stay in a spot where it can't hit me, I may be good. It's a risky endeavor, definitely, but it may work. Because we're hitting it for every 2 hits is 1,000 damage. 1,000 plus, so it's going to take a little bit, but we could definitely do this if we ended up grinding this out. It's a battle of attrition at this point. If we could somehow stay alive, it's definitely a battle of attrition. So what I'll do is I'll either bring you guys back if we die, or if we beat it, honestly, at this point. Because we're hitting so little damage at this point, it's not doing... This is probably going to take 20 plus minutes of me just chomping away at this thing. With me only doing 578 damage, yeah, it's going to take a hot second. I'm either going to run out of stamina and have to recharge, or... Yeah, I don't know. I think we're glitched inside it. Truthfully, I believe we're in a position where we're glitched inside it and it can't hit me. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back when we have this thing either dead or we're dead, so... Alright guys, we're back! We are here. We have gotten it down. I just took a screenshot of it. We got it down to 584 health. This has been close to a 15-minute chomp fest. 12 health. Down it goes. We have taken down the Alpha Arkology Deathworm. We are insanely overweight now, though. Insanely overweight. We have way too much weight on us. But we got levels. Okay. That was nuts. That was nuts. That was a grind session like no other. I am just astonished that we did it, for one. We're going to go put that into health to give us an even 20 points into health. Let's store the Deathworm horns back in this guy really, really quickly. Just so we can hop over here. These are our other X's. I'm not too worried about them. Actually, with us having an Oasis Sore now, might as well take all these essences and utilize them, right? Bring all these creatures back. We should. Actually, can we take your essence? You're not dead yet, technically. You're still here. Give me your essence. Give me your essence. Because we could bring these guys back now, in essence, with their... Well, essence, technically, would be the term for it. But that was something else. That was a long fight. It was drawn out, because I somehow got glitched inside the Deathworm. And I just kept biting and biting and biting and biting and biting and biting. And I was like, I'm not going to stop biting until this thing dies. The thumbnail for it probably is going to be really weird because of the angle I had to take it at. Because I wasn't risking getting out of the body of that thing. Because somehow this Rex survived for us. But there's only one way for us to get back to base right now. We are way too heavy to try to carry all of this. We're sitting... I didn't bring the RG with me because I wasn't planning on actually succeeding. But we're sitting at 1,600 pounds, and this guy can't carry 1,600 pounds. Neither can this Rex. So we're going to have to die and then go back to base. So give me 1 second. Let me just do this really quick, guys. And we have now beaten the Alpha Deathworm, so that gives us 350 element, which is absolutely insane. That means we are 150 element away from actually being able to craft the propagator. So that's really good. That is really, really good. If you were seeing the last death prior to the one up in the top corner, I was, well, let's just say I was walking around up there earlier, like earlier today, and I come to find out that Deathworms can yank you under the ground. I truthfully didn't know they could do that, but I found that out the hard way. So yeah, that was kind of fun. It's kind of interesting, if you know what I mean. It's not something I ever want to do again, per se, but it is what it is. All right, pick them all up. Because now we have over 100 Deathworm horns, which I don't know if they're worth anything. We have 2 Rex saddles we can store in here. This can go in here. We got some black pearls. We got a bunch of raw meat. Putting the rocket launcher in here. Putting the Solucus saddle in here. Like I said, I was planning on doing all these things. But, I mean, that once we found that, yeah, I'm at a loss for words because of the fact that we just beat that so, I don't want to say easily because it wasn't easy. Like, we got a lucky break by getting glitched inside its body. We legitimately got probably the luckiest of breaks by being inside that thing's body. So let me just store all these creatures inside it and see if it can do a revive. Yes, it can. Let's reincarnate the 249 Rex right there. There it is. Okay, that's the 224. Oh, that's the level it came out as. Originally it was a 224. We put all the stats into it to get it to a 249. So, okay, there's one reincarnated. Now we got to wait 23 more hours for the next one. But the good thing, the really good thing, is this guy extends it to 3 days by keeping it in his inventory. So that's really great. So we'll be able to get probably 2 to 3 more of these guys back before that happens. And also, there's another trick you can do. I wouldn't recommend doing it on public servers because I don't know how if it's frowned upon there. But you can actually take the dinos, the dino souls, and put it into the transfer area and post it into the cloud area, or whatever you want to call it, the cloud storage, the inventory. This here, you can put it in here, and they won't age. Like the timer will stop, or it used to be able to do that unless they've fixed it. Let me actually find out really quick and see before I say something that actually isn't true. So let's double check that. I believe you can. We'll take this one, because then it locks it in there for like 555 days, or 555 hours or something like that. Nope, 24 hours. So it extends it by 24 hours. So this 23 hours or 3 days that it would have normally is extended by 24 extra hours. So you could keep them stored inside there as well for an additional 24 hours. So that's kind of nuts. So realistically, it gives you like, I don't know where I came up with the 500 number. You could extend these all to 4 days worth. So you'll be able to get one. I just did one, so look at me. This one, and this one, I'll definitely. And then I could store these 3 if I had to, if timers got low, inside the terminal to extend each one again 1 day. So I could probably get at least 5 of these back, 4 or 5 of these back, which not a huge issue. I mean, it is what it is. But that's kind of insane. But what I also just remembered is we need to make a replicator, which we can now do. So, not a fireplace. Why did I click there? Replicator. I need 100 element, 800 polymer. Okay, we're going to need some weight. Hang on a second. Let me get my RG out. Because we're going to go make that replicator. Because now that we fought that, we are in the clear. We are golden. Because we have absolutely everything we need. That was insane. I'm happy about that, honestly. We need 600 crystal. Do I have 600? I have 400. I'll just pull it. Anyway, I'll get some crystal down below. That's not a big issue. Metal. I think I needed 5,000 metal ingots, if I remember right. We have 7,000, so that's perfect. Okay, his weight's kind of heavy. Does this go lighter in my inventory? It does not. It goes heavier in my... Oh, it's because I'm not wearing my backpack. Hold on a second. There we go. Yeah, it goes 75 pounds lighter in my inventory, so I'll actually store all this in my inventory if I can, just to give him a little extra weight. Alright, so we got that. Replicator. What else do we need? Pearl 150, element 100, and polymer 800. So, pearls. I think I said 150. We're short. We are absolutely short. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. Jace might have some. I'll ask him when he gets on. Polymer. I think we needed 800. We have 1,000. That's perfect. And then element was 100, if I do recall. Yep, so we need 14 more. Okay. Alright, that kind of sucks. So what we're going to do then, we're going to store everything in this RG. Everything that we need. And I'm going to run out and try to go find a couple Deathworms really quick. Because if I only need 14 black pearls, I'm going to go try to fight some Deathworms. So I'll bring you guys back when I find the Deathworms with those pearls. So give me just a quick second. But this is why I turned the lantern off on the backpack. It like illuminates everything. So I will be right back, guys. Again, sorry. Alright guys, we're back. So I just had the biggest of big brain plays. And I'm kind of actually happy to say I had it. I recalled that one of our Rexes had ended up killing, or beating, technically. I don't like saying the word killing because the thing might trigger it. But ended up facing and destroying one of the Deathworms, right? So it gave me the idea. I don't know if I checked every single bag perfectly. So I flew up there quick with the Tapahara, and I was right. There was 26 pearls in one bag left. As you guys saw when I came over and transferred it, there was 26 pearls left that we did not touch, which is kind of my mistake for not taking them. But there was 26 of them, which gave us just enough to craft this. Hopefully we can. Alright, so we're short crystal a little bit. Actually, hang on a second. We're short just a little bit of crystal, aren't we? How much health does this thing have? Alright, yeah, this thing doesn't have enough for me to risk dropping the crystal in there and then flying up here. Nah, well, let's go up here really quickly. We could go to one of the terminals. I kind of wanted to use that there. I know we're short like 160 crystal. I was hoping we could have grabbed it there really quickly and dropped it off and then ran up and grabbed more, but we didn't. I don't trust it taking away all of our stuff. I really don't. So let's, right here, I know we have more crystal right here. So let's just do a cheeky little store like this. Hop over like this. I think we said we needed 160 roughly. So let's just smash there's 220. That's perfect. Alright, drop that. Let's float back down. Try to find one that's not halfway gone. Because the only... We do have the green ob right there. That is an option. But green ob is usually surrounded by creatures. And I'd rather not use it if there's a chance we'll get attacked while we're using it. This thing still has 30% left, so we should have enough time. If we can get there fast enough is the biggest thing. So transfer all the weight to me. Go faster. Because I do believe we could get this done. Because I don't want to lose anything if we drop it here. And don't actually get the chance to utilize it. So here, come on. Move myself just a little bit to an angle. Grab this. Pull this all back out. Can I angle it? Oh, come on, dude. I'm looking right at it. And I'm not close. There it is. I was about to say, come on, I better be close enough. So transfer, transfer, transfer. Quick, 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 quick. Craft one fast. Pull it back, pull it back. Come on. Make it, make it, make it. There we go. Now we have ourselves a tech replicator. That is nuts. That is nuts, boys. We have gotten the replicator because we took out one of the Deathworms. So that is awesome. We can now make pretty much anything tech that we need going forward with that said replicator. So we could get our tech armor back if we absolutely wanted to. We just need to get more black pearls. So that's insane. That is big, big W right there. That is a major W for us. Let's pick you up. And let's place that said tech replicator down. We're probably going to have to place it here, honestly. You're going to have to angle it like this somehow. Because it's going to block this section off. So I'm going to have to go around from the front. But we need a tech generator. But to get the tech generator, we can use this. Okay, so this is big. This is huge. This is huge. This is huge for us. We're short black pearls. Okay, so now we have a goal. Now we have a goal to get black pearls. Okay, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I'm just glad to say we have ourselves a tech replicator now. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys back here next time for more Ark Survival Ascended. Thank you guys. See you guys then.